Welcome back to another episode of JailBreak Overlander. I'm Richie, and this is JailBreak. And if you follow this channel, you probably notice I spend a lot of time in the woods, cutting branches, carving up bark, things like that. Sometimes I find myself under bridges in desolate parts of the city, like this. Sometimes I find myself trying to break into a dungeon that's been chained up at the top of a mountain, like this. Because that's how I live. If I could get down there, I would get down there. And believe me, I tried. My point is, the things I do and the places I go to, I always carry a knife. Because a knife is a very handy thing to have in so very many cases. So when I got a chance to get my hands on a Halfbreed knives from the boys down in Australia, I couldn't say no. So sit back, relax, and check this out. Okay, you're looking at the box of the LSK-01 Large Survival Knife by Halfbreed Knives. This thing was beautifully packaged, shipped very quickly, and so well made, it's ridiculous. It sells for $365 Australian, which is actually $235 American. And this thing is no joke whatsoever at all. One-piece full-tank construction, Austrian-made 7mm Bowler K110 D2 steel, razor-sharp, beveled edges, aggressive straight-cut saw teeth along the tool spine, which I have never seen. It was razor-sharp. Somebody must have sharpened each one of these individually, and it was badass. Serious. This thing weighs a pound. It's a foot long. Jimping at key points. It's got US-made G10 handles. It's secured by steel Torx fittings, US-made Kydex, and it includes pals and a belt molly system to carry it. Everything was top-notch. I couldn't have been more impressed. And if you buy American-made blades, you're familiar with the prices. So $235 for this thing wasn't really a stretch at all. They give you the PALS Molly setup, and they also give you an incredibly well-made belt mount, like I'm showing you right here. And it came in a beautiful presentation case. You'd think you were getting a Cartier diamond the way these guys wrapped it up. They did not mess around. And you can tell by my hands, I play with knives and such a lot. They give you the certificate of authenticity, plus tons of swag. Who doesn't love stickers, certificates of authenticity, patches, etc. I mean, this was all top of the line stuff. I was duly impressed. You see what I'm saying? I've owned Striders, Dyerware, Beckers, Gerbers, all types of knives. This one really took the cake. I just had to say that. It's a big blade. It's a serious blade, and it's not even the biggest one they make. The attention to detail is why I'm showing you this right now, spending so much time on it. It's just amazing how much time and effort they put into it for such a short money blade. $235 for a blade of this caliber isn't that bad in my opinion at all. And just to give you an idea, here it is sitting on top of a Gerber strong arm. Now you've all seen a strong arm. It's a good sized knife. It's a more than capable knife. All day, every day. Made in America, made in Portland, Oregon. But the LSK-01 dwarfs it. It just makes it look tiny and almost childlike. Not that I don't still have the Gerber, but I mean, this knife is just above and beyond. It is big, and it's thick. Heavy duty Austrian made D2 steel with a Teflon coating on it. And again, the chain, the razor sharp spine on it is no joke. And I took it to task. I took this thing out and really gave it a test. And you'll see that soon. The jimping was good. They give you a place to, you can make it into a spear. You can also use it as a bayonet. These guys thought of pretty much everything. And this isn't the only blade they have, it's the only blade that I'm reviewing. So I took the blade out on a freezing cold day in the Northeast, and the sawtooth spine worked perfectly. It cut through this heavy dead wood, no problem at all. But the thing that I love the most about it is I have pretty big mitts. This is me holding a Gerber survival knife, and my hand basically swallows it right up. Right up. Well, with the LSK-01, you've got plenty of room, and the handle is contoured perfectly. You've got a killer striker on the edge. You've got the choil that protects your hand, and you've got plenty of place to choke up on it. No problem whatsoever at all. Now here's where the 16 ounces that the knife weighs comes into play. With just a half-hearted swing, you can chop no problem, because this knife is Teflon coated, Austrian made steel, and it's extremely sharp. It did everything I asked of it very, very well. And even after beating on it for a weekend out in the woods, it was still razor sharp. As you can see right here, this is after an entire weekend of trying to break it or even put a scuff in it. I couldn't. And the attention to detail is amazing. Every single straight edge, every corner is beveled. Everything's made out of the best materials they could possibly get. These guys look like they're going to be some serious contenders, and they offer first responder tools, infantrymen knives. They've got a line of folding knives coming out. Now, bear in mind, I have no affiliation with these guys. I just love gear. And this knife did its job exactly as it was supposed to, even in the freezing cold. So I have no complaints. So I guess in conclusion, if you're looking for the epitome of an Australian-made knife, Halfbreed Blades has it on lockdown. Again, I have no affiliation, but I will leave links to their website in the description below. If you enjoyed this video, make sure you hit that like, share, and subscribe. Leave a comment, and I will return the favor. I am out.